friends, and welcome back to Free the Tomatoes. Today I have an update on how the clusterfuck updating of 365 Days of Samples was going. So let's get on into it because it's got a little bit more rhyme and reason to it now. We're still not quite exactly there, but let's talk about the samples. Alright, so I'm going to talk about the two products right now that I have listed on my computer that I don't have the packaging for. The first one being the Ren Optimum Vitamin, wow. The Ren Optimum Vitamin Oil. That actually should not have been as difficult to say as it was. So with that one there, I made notes here saying that it smelt stale, and thinking back, yeah, that's basically all I remember from using this oil is it felt like generic oil on my face, but it smelt stale. Like, it wasn't a nice smell. So it's always possible that the one that I was testing could have been an old product, or maybe it is that it just smells like that. So unfortunately I didn't really like it. I do really love Ren products otherwise, just unfortunately not that one. The other product I have here is the Coola setting spray. Now, I love Coola. I try not to be biased about it. To be quite honest, I actually just tried my first Coola product I didn't like the other day, and I probably will talk about that shortly. The Coola setting spray is kind of really nice because it gives you the SPF 30 that you can quickly spritz all over your face. They say it's not really best to spritz sunscreen onto your face just because it can get into your eyes. You also don't want to inhale it as well. So quite honestly, I'm one of those people that it's in a spray bottle, so I'm going to spray it on my face. So for me, what I like to do is I like to close my eyes, spritz it all over, and then I'll keep my eyes closed for about 30 seconds, and I'll also hold my breath for about 15 seconds. Or if I'm in an open space, I'll spritz it on and then I'll walk forward a couple of feet. So that way it's not right in my face, so if I do breathe, I'm not going to inhale it all. One thing I will say is it does smell like alcohol right away. A lot of spray sunscreens do tend to smell like alcohol right off the bat, so that's not an uncommon thing. Again, holding your breath for 15 seconds, it will dissipate. So that's what's really nice about that, is that you don't have that lasting kind of scent to it. And also I find it feels kind of tight at first when you spritz it on, but kind of throughout the day, it does actually get more comfortable. You don't have this like wall of sunscreen pretty much on your face. So I really do like it, and I probably will buy it. One thing, if you do own it, make sure you always shake it first, because the setting spray and the sunscreen in it can separate if it sits too long. So give it a good shake, then spray it on. I'm gonna call these ones done for the sake of this update. This one here's got like one more use out of it, so today when I go to wash my face after this, it's gonna be gone. That's the Tatcha Camellia Oil. I really do like that one. It gets off all my makeup. I found it didn't run into my eyes even after I emulsified it. It felt nice on my skin. I have no complaints about it. I really did enjoy it. The other one, I feel like I called this one done in my last update, but I'm really calling it done now because, again, after using it tonight, it's going to be gone. This is the Kapari Lip Love. And I really did have a really a big distaste for Kapari before, but I really enjoyed this product. After their whole coconut melt, I'm like, no, I can't support this. This is crap. You're just stealing people's money. But this is more than just coconut oil. It does still kind of have like that coconut feel to it, but it's not as oily, it's not as greasy, it's not as slippery. It does tend to stay on your lips a little bit more. But I would say if you're someone with severely dry lips, this is probably not going to give you as much as you need, but for typical summer, just keeping them nice and nourished, this was great. I really do like it. On to products that are 100% gone. We have the Vasanti Brighten Up. This did not feel good on my face, so I ended up actually using this on my upper arms and my feet. It was definitely too abrasive for me, so if you're somebody who really likes that gritty scrub, it's funny because it says enzymatic face rejuvenator, and typically with enzymatic scrubs you don't actually have that gritty feel, but this had like micro crystals and it felt awful on my face. So if you're somebody who likes gritty scrubs, you might actually like this one. The Sunday Riley CEO Rapid Flash. I didn't use it long enough to really see any results, but what I can say for a vitamin C serum, this didn't irritate my skin. I do tend to kind of go beet red and get really irritated on my cheeks when I use vitamin C, and that one actually didn't irritate me, so I would be enticed to kind of use it a couple more times. Next we have the Philosophy, the Micro Delivery Triple Acid Brightening Peel. This is the one that I was doing so good on last update. We were using it on a weekly regular basis. I used this one the day that I filmed, and I haven't used it since, so I have no update for you on that one. Next we have the Dr. Dennis Gross Ferulic Acid and Retinol. With that one there, that's the moisturizer, and I just found it too heavy for my skin. It felt very greasy and just heavy, for a lack of a better term. I did end up getting a couple samples of the serum, and the serum felt a lot nicer on my skin, but I just didn't really notice results. And I know you don't tend to get a lot of results from serums or creams if you're just using them in sample size, but I did actually kind of use these for longer than sample size period of time. So not the biggest fan of the product itself. I definitely still like the serum consistency better than the moisturizer, but fortunately it's not the product for me. Next we have the Tatcha Violet Sea Radiance Mask. Still really like this. My skin just felt radiant afterwards. Maybe not necessarily brightened or evened out skin tone after one use, but it definitely just felt more radiant. So I would definitely be enticed to continue using that one. Starting to see that I like Tatcha products. We might be onto something. Next we have the Charcoal Pore Pudding Intensive Wash Off Treatment by Boscia. This one kind of swelled around my lip area. It seems like my lip area and underneath my eyes are the first places to tell me if I like a product or don't like a product. So that one did irritate around my mouth area, and I didn't find that it really cleared my pores out or anything like that. I did use it in conjunction with the pore extractor. So I'd use the pore pudding first to kind of give me that nice detox and cleanse, and then I would use the pore extractor afterwards to kind of make sure everything was out. I will say out of the two, I do tend to like the pore extractor a little bit better, just because you do get a little bit of an exfoliation with it, where the pore pudding was just kind of like a dry on clay mass almost. So I don't know, not too overly impressed with either, but if I had to pick one, I would pick the Philosophy one just because it does have that kind of like gritty scrub to it. Next we have the Fresh Vitamin Nectar Vibrancy Boosting Face Mask. This is the one that felt like smearing marmalade all over your skin. Same update. Still feels like smearing marmalade all over your face, and I didn't notice any results, but it smells delicious. And last but not least, we have the Bobbi Brown Skin Longwear Weightless Foundation SPF 15 in the shade Porcelain. I didn't pay attention to this one enough to say if I really like the product, but from what I remember, I can say that I did enjoy using this sample to the point that I might grab one more sample and then potentially purchase the product from how I feel from there. It sat nice on my skin. It didn't irritate my skin. I felt like it did kind of break up in pieces throughout the day. I do tend to wear them for about 9 hours. So like by the end of the day, I don't expect it to look flawless. So it didn't look too bad. So I would actually be enticed to kind of use this product again and possibly invest in it in the future. So now let's get into the fun part, which is picking the samples that we're not going to use. Actually, before we get into that, I do have 2 samples I didn't use. We have the Cover FX Power Play Foundation in N0 and P10, which is rolling into this week again. And then we also have the Tatcha The Pearl eye treatment in Moonlight. I didn't try either of those, so those are rolling into this one along with this stuff. We have Drunk Elephant Sea Firma Day Serum. I feel like I've tried that one before, but oh well, it's in here again now. We have the Kate Somerville Gentle Daily Wash. I do remember that I think I like that one, but I wanted to test it a little bit longer to see if it possibly dried out my skin. That's what kind of happened with the Drunk Elephant one, is that it felt great and then it started to dry my skin out, so I wanted to try it a little bit more. We have the Paracomb MD Cocoa Moisture Mask. I really do like this one, or at least from what I remember, I really like that one. And we also have the Darphin Hydra Skin Intensive Skin Hydrating Serum. Definitely need hydration, especially with where I live. And then we also have It Cosmetics Secret Sauce Clinically Advanced Miraculous Anti-Aging Moisturizer. That is a mouthful and a lot of claims in one moisturizer, so I'll let you know how that goes. And I think I also need a new mascara. We have Urban Decay's Troublemaker Mascara. That is so tiny, but you know what? That is probably the perfect size for me because I never end up using a full mascara. My Benefit one is almost out, so it's time to replace that one. Well, thanks for checking in, guys. We got a little bit more rhyme and reason to it, so hopefully next update will be right on track, and I will see you then. Bye!